Hi everybody. So this is a lesson on uh that beveling. We're going to bevel. So having in-person classes, I learned that you can't always see on the video exactly the angle and how I'm holding things. So we're going to do a little talking about right and left. And also when you're cutting foam core or mat board, if you're cutting like this, you don't have as much control. And if you give yourself a longer blade area to put in, so when I start at the edge and I draw it across. You do not have to, and see how much blade and the angle, and turn it and turn it. And turn it. I'm pressing hard into the mat. Now, this side is going to be the side that goes to the back. Okay? So we need to make sure to mark that this is the back side. And here's why. As we cut, we are undulating back and forth. I try to angle mine in so that when we go to do the bevel, there's not much of a bevel really needed to do. But if we drift one way or the other, what happens is this side is definitely, look at the jaunt out there. It's barely visible there because I can see where it was, sort of. Okay, so this is the closest to perfect circle. And on this side, not sure you can, see how there's, kind of has just a wonkiness to it. There, there. Okay. Not that this one's that bad, but if I was to use this side, it could be a little bit bigger and then it wouldn't fit in my ornament. So we always put the X down. Okay. We beveled this side. All right. So I want you to hold your hand out like this. I have this camera at such an extreme angle. I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to have to move this up a little. Hopefully it doesn't mess up my... Okay, so I take my hand like this, put it under, and grab like this. Okay? And then I make sure to turn the blade. So, I mean, just putting my hand down. I still want you to see the angle of the blade as I'm putting it in, so forgive me. Okay, so I'm letting my hand rest on, so I'm not struggling with my arm. Okay, and my pinky is just supporting it. Okay, not everybody can hold their hand like this for a variety of reasons, but find a way that you find comfortable that you can give yourself this kind of angle capability. Okay, always hold it on the back side. Give it a little saw to get it going there. On the opposite side, I never come over here and do this. It's always on this opposite, on the left-hand side of your piece. This is for righties. And let the blade do the work. And this is the natural motion of our wrist. I'm still balancing, laying my hand on You can also kind of center your finger on the inside, your middle finger or fingers. You can lay it down like this if it's easier for you. Okay, and you can see I've got my pinky there. Okay, but always thumb in the back. Never cut towards your fingers, because as soon as you do, you're surely to end up. Now I'm going to lay my hand back down because I want to have the stability. Okay, and done. Now you can see I've got some ins and outs. Oops, some ins and outs, right? Well, you're never going to see those. You're just going to take this end, take a fingernail, take your finger, and just burnish this, the edges that might seem a little sharp. And I'm trying to make that edge the edge that is the nicest. Okay. Now, let's shift over. Did I do another one? I did. And when I'm doing these, work with as small a piece of foam core as you can. All right, let's see if I can do this left-handed. Oh, wait, I'm going to do it again. Let's cut this out. And if you're really good, sometimes it's hard to see which side is the pencil side, so I should have done this first, just in case I couldn't see. And some of the paper didn't cut on the other side, then you flip it over to see if, you know, to break through to the other side. Then the next thing you know, it's like, oh shoot, which way was the up way? Ooh, which way was the down way? Sometimes it's not so easy to see. It's even more prevalent after you've done it to get your shape around the ornament. Okay, so now, again, under, pinch, okay? And I'm putting it right up in, all right? Now this is a little awkward for me, so, but I'm going to show you how little you have to. I was able to do it yesterday in the video that I mucked up with the, okay, just a little, then we rotate. Curve of our wrist is a natural movement. Don't have to go that deep. Angle it up a little more. See, I'm not remembering to keep my wrist planted, so I'm getting some foibles there. There's a guitar teacher once who said, if you think you're not making progress as a beginner, turn it around and try to play it with your other opposite hand. There you go. And you'll see how far you've come. All right, so we still have our foibles. And so we can either burnish with this, right, with your left hand. You can burnish with this just to take down those hard edges. Again, you notice pretty much pull everything towards me. Going away, not so much. Just take down those edges. Now you're not going to feel these in the back because the way I show you guys how to do it, you're using the the thickness of the fibers on the needlepoint going around, and the thickness of the felt on that you put between them. That's why you put the felt between the material and the foam core, is so that it will eliminate feeling that ridge through your fabric. Okay, so here is the fabulous thing about bevels is, hold on. So here's an ornament, and see the gutter? Okay, this is where our hole is, right? To put our loop into. That's why it's kind of bigger. But the beauty of the bevel is that the material creates a space. And this is our lovely gutter that we have. And um, what you, the beauty of this is having that bevel is that you can push that. Let's see if I can get it a little better. Is you can push that in on the front and the back to meet because it has that nice thin edge, so you can pinch it, you can push it, and you eliminate a majority of your gutter. I mean, it pushes it right together. Okay? Now this again, it's the hole. I've already messed with it, so it's, but just pushing that forward. I do a bevel with everything. I mean, pretty much everything, because especially ornaments, just for this purpose. Because I can hide a lot of sins. I use it when I do mat boards. If you have mat board, I had a piece here yesterday. Nope. What did I do with it? I do the exact same thing. Okay, here's your mat board. You grab your piece, you give it a good bevel, right? And what it does is it gives you a thinner profile. Now, if you're using a circuit machine to cut your pieces out, you can do it with that. You can still do it afterwards because I don't have a circuit machine, because I do everything by hand. I don't find that I need one because I use my templates. Then what you have is you again have that thinner profile. It leads to a finer edge, which, see if I can catch it. Not really right there because it doesn't want to show it. But you can do the same thing because it takes that square edge down. You don't have to hide the square edge. It gives you a more refined appearance and polished look to it. And you can, again, pinch them closer together by running that your finger over the edge. I will warn you, if you're using velveteen, go with the direction when you're trying to push it, and with the direction, because if you go against the grain of the velveteen, you can scar the material, and it is ugly and it will make you cry. At least it made me cry because I have done it. So, all right, there's your lesson in beveling, right and left. And if you have any questions, you can message me on Facebook, Instagram, email me. You can go on my website, starkartdesigns.com, and find the supply lists of all of the materials and tools that I use. Thanks so much. Hope this helps you out.